Welcome, everyone. If you are just jumping on, you are in the right place. I am so glad you're here. I am Irina and we'll be getting started in just a few minutes. But while we are waiting for everyone to join us, I'd love to know who I am spending this time with and make sure you know how to use the chat. This will be an interactive training, so go ahead and open the chat box now. Make sure it is set to everyone and let me know three things: your name, where you're watching from, and your favorite fun food. No judgment here. And I will go first. My absolute favorite food is dessert. Surprise! So when I lived in Italy, yes, it's a dangerous place to love sweets. I once had homemade gelato for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner for 3 days in a row. And I was following a plan of 1200 calories, but it was in gelato. And at first it felt like a dream at the time, okay? Until the reality hit with sugar crashes and not so happy stomach. So 10 out of 10, I would not recommend that as a diet plan. And I can't wait to hear yours. So let's get this party started. So in today's class, you will discover why you are gaining weight even when nothing has changed, why your body refuses to lose it no matter what you try, the invisible fat lock that keeps you stuck, the 3 strategies to use your body chemistry to boost metabolism, to stop gain and start releasing weight naturally. This is what I will be covering today. Sounds good? Drop yes in the chat if you're ready. Perfect. And here is my promise to you. By the end of this masterclass, I'm going to show you how to shift away from watching the scale creep up even while eating clean and working out and feeling helpless to stop it. How to stop wasting energy on calorie counting, carb cutting, and extreme workouts that leave you exhausted and stuck. How to let go of belief that your body is broken or too old to lose weight. And instead, you'll understand the real villain that's been silently working against you so you can finally feel in control again. Because once you understand what's really happening inside your body, the frustration lifts and we can actually move forward. Does any of these sound familiar? Let me know in the chat if any of this sounds like you. You're doing everything you used to do. The clean eating, the workouts, the fasting, the tracking. You're not phoning it in. You are committed, and yet your body feels like it's turning on you. It's like the rules suddenly stopped working. The same habits that once kept you lean, energized, and in control now leave you exhausted, puffy, and stuck. And inside, the questions start piling up. What am I doing wrong? Do I just need to be more disciplined? Is this what happens after 40? How can I try this even harder and still feel like I'm failing? But even deeper than that, beneath the surface, there is a kind of quiet grief. You start to wonder, if I can't even control this, what else am I losing control of? What if this is just who I am now? Why does this feel like a slow public unraveling and no one is talking about it? You don't trust your body anymore, and worse, you start to question yourself. Because when you're doing everything right and nothing is changing, the only logical conclusion is that maybe it's your fault. But it's not. You are not broken. You are not undisciplined. You are not past your prime. What you are experiencing has a name. And more importantly, it has a root. And today I'm going to show you what it is and how to begin getting out of it. So, if you've been eating clean, skipping carbs, exercising hard, if you've ever felt like your body is broken or that you're somehow failing at this, I want to pause and say this clearly. It's not your fault. You've been trying. You've been following the advice that's out there. You've probably been doing what worked in the past. But now it doesn't seem to work anymore. And maybe that's left you feeling defeated, like you are the problem. But the truth is, the weight gain you are experiencing and the inability to lose it, they are symptoms of something deeper, something no one's been talking to you about. So I want you to take a deep breath and let some of that blame go. Actually, all of that blame. Let it go, because what's been happening in your body has a root cause, and once you understand it, that's when everything starts to shift. I'd like you to take a moment now and imagine waking up feeling light, clear, and energized, being excited to get dressed because your clothes fit again, feeling at ease around food, no more tracking, no more restricting, no more second guessing, being in control of your body and finally seeing results. This is what happens when you heal the root cause. And before we go any further, let me formally introduce myself. I am Irina, a naturopath, nutritionist, mindset coach, best-selling author, and the founder of the Hollywood Body Method. I am a mom and I love to cook, but it is my husband who cooks the majority of meals in our household. And I support high-performing women over 35 who want to lose weight without gaining it back, restore their energy, and feel good in their bodies again, not by dieting, but by healing the root cause, without hours-long cardio training and without cutting out foods they love to eat. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I do that so you can break free from the weight struggle for good. So rest assured, you are in good hands. This was me more than 25 years ago when I was struggling with yo-yo dieting, weight gain, cravings, and overeating. I was a dieter almost all my life, since the age of 14. I would do a low-carb diet, lose 7 pounds, and then gain 9. Then I would do detox for 3 days, lose 5 pounds and gain 7 a week after. So by the time this picture was taken, I tried all possible diets: low fat, no fat, low carb, no sugar, intermittent fasting, slimming teas, pills, working out, jogging for 2 hours, 7 days a week. You know, all these things worked for a little while until life got in the way and I ended up gaining the weight right back. Plus, all of that was really, really exhausting. And I was asking myself, why can't I get it together? Why do I always do this? Why am I such a loser? I was telling myself, if I skip breakfast, I'll have enough room for lunch and dinner. And I remember one time I was on my third week of eggs, meats, salads, and occasional cheese, and I was dying for sweets. And someone mentioned an apple pie, and I went to the store and bought 2 Snickers bars. It was my last binge, which lasted about 1 month, and I gained about 20 pounds in that month. And only now I truly understand why diets are so hard and why one size fits all restrictive diets set us up to fail and ultimately do not work. And I remember one evening we were getting ready to go out to dinner, something we didn't do often. And I wanted to wear something nice. And I opened my closet, reached out for a favorite skirt, and nope. Outfit after outfit, nothing fits. Nothing felt good. Nothing felt like me. And that moment hit hard because I realized I'd been living in leggings and workout clothes because I didn't want to face how much my body has changed. It felt like my body had betrayed me, and deep down I felt ashamed. Ashamed that I didn't know what to do anymore. Ashamed that I couldn't figure it out. I remember wondering, how is it possible to be doing everything right and still feel so freaking wrong? Drop me in the chat if you've ever felt that. If you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't recognize myself anymore, and yet I am trying to do everything right. And you're not alone, and I promise there is more to the story. Here is what I discovered after months, actually years of trial and error. It wasn't that I had weak willpower. It wasn't that I wasn't trying hard enough. And it certainly wasn't just my age or genetics. It also wasn't normal or sustainable to track every bite, obsess over calories, avoid entire food groups, or push through punishing workouts every day. What I finally uncovered was this: I was not eating for my body chemistry and had a gut issue. Root causes that no amount of dieting could fix. Once I started eating for my body chemistry and addressing my gut, calming the inflammation, rebalancing my system, everything started to change. And that's what I want to share with you so you can skip the years of frustration I went through and start doing what actually works. Because there is a simpler way to lose weight and feel good again without starving, over exercising, or obsessing over every food choice. Type yes in the chat if you want simpler way too. Before we dive into the 3 strategies I want to share with you today, I want to tell you about my client Haley, because sometimes what we need most is proof, real stories from real women that remind us it's possible for me too. So, Haley joined the Forever Young protocol after years of doing extreme dieting and extreme exercising. She told me, I used to be able to lose 3 or 4 pounds in a week if I really wanted to, but now the scale just doesn't move or it's all over the place. She felt exhausted all the time, and honestly, she just felt terrible. But after going through the Forever Young protocol, she wrote to me, I feel the best I felt in 10 years. I have so much energy. She lost 20 pounds, not through restriction, but through eating for her body chemistry and healing her gut. And most importantly, she felt good in her body again. So I want you to pause and imagine this for yourself. What if you lost that 10 or 20 or 30 pounds? What if you opened your closet and smiled because you actually had clothes that you wanted to wear? What if you had the energy to go to lunch with friends and maybe hit the shops after just because you felt like trying new clothes? This is not a fantasy. This is not so distant future when your gut is healed, your body is finally working with you again. So now let's talk about why all of this is really happening, about why it feels like your body is just clinging to excess weight. Let's talk about the hidden reasons why everything you've tried hasn't worked long term. Because if Haley's story felt familiar, if you've also had that sense that your body just isn't responding anymore, I want you to hear this. It's not just you. If you've been gaining weight despite eating really well and exercising regularly, if you cannot lose that weight no matter what you do, you're likely stuck in what I call the invisible fat lock. This is the hidden pattern I see over and over again in women over 35. They start gaining weight for no clear reason, a few pounds here and there, nothing that seems so drastic that it sets off an alarm, but then when they try to lose it, they can't, no matter how clean they eat or how hard they try to lose it. And here is what's really going on. The systems that control your weight, your gut, your hormones, your nervous system, your metabolism, they've been quietly knocked out of balance. And no one's told you that's what's happening. So you keep doing all the right things, tracking the food, skipping the wine, skipping the dessert, pushing through another workout, but your body just not is not cooperating. Why? Because the problem isn't the effort. It's not your willpower, it's biology. The invisible fat lock is what I went through. It's what Haley went through, and it's what I help women escape from every single day. So now I want to walk you through the 3 strategies you need to understand if you want to break free from this trap for good. Let's talk about the real reason you've been unable to lose weight despite all the effort you've put in. You've probably tried some or all of it. Like the most common strategies, logging every bite in MyFitnessPal or another app, restricting your calories and avoiding carbs, exercising more, sometimes more than feels reasonable, jumping from one plan to another plan, hoping this one will finally work. And yet your body still isn't cooperating. Here is what most of those plans don't address. your body chemistry and your gut. If you're eating the wrong food for your body chemistry, your gut gets inflamed or even dysregulated. It doesn't matter how clean you eat or how hard you push at the gym. A standard weight loss plan doesn't take your individual body chemistry into account. It is not tailored to your unique body and most probably contains ingredients that are blocking your weight loss. When you eat healthy food, I'm doing the air quotes, that is not compatible with your body chemistry, it creates inflammation in the digestive system and your body as a whole. You might also experience water retention. That is how inflammation might show up in your body. You might have uncomfortable digestive symptoms such as heartburn, bloating, gas, constipation, or diarrhea. Inflammation is one of the root causes of weight gain. So instead of gaining clarity about what foods help your body to lose weight, you're left confused and upset because your metabolism, your hormones, and your nervous system are all downstream from your digestion and your gut health. When your gut is off, when your body chemistry is off, everything else follows. And that's what we are going to unpack so you can finally understand why your body is stuck and what to do about it. The real reason those actions, cutting calories, restricting carbs, logging every bite, pushing harder at the gym, haven't worked for you is because you've all focused on surface level behavior. They haven't addressed the root cause, something called gut dysbiosis created by a variety of reasons, such as stress, inflammation, and eating the wrong food for your body chemistry. Dysbiosis means your gut bacteria are out of balance. There is more harmful bacteria than beneficial. And when that happens, it throws off everything because your gut doesn't just digest food, it regulates hunger and fullness signals, blood sugar, hormones, inflammation, mood, and energy levels. So when your gut is inflamed or imbalanced, your body shifts into protection mode. It starts storing fat, driving cravings, and sending confusing signals that leave you feeling out of control. That is why you can feel starving after a meal. You crave sugar even when you don't want it. You're gaining weight even when you're eating clean. Even your energy and skin can suffer because dysbiosis affects nutrient absorption and increases systemic inflammation. And the kicker, most women don't even realize they have it because it doesn't always show up as digestive issues. It can show up just as fatigue or stubborn weight gain or cravings or skin problems or mood swings or just never feeling satisfied after meals. And no matter how much willpower you have, you can't out diet the invisible fat log. And if you're wondering how this happened, especially if you've been doing everything right, I'm doing the air quotes again, here is what I want you to know. That this isn't about the age. It's about inflammation accumulation, years of eating the wrong food for your body chemistry, low fiber, dieting, busy, high stress lives, antibiotics and medications we didn't think twice about. And now, on top of it, shifting hormones in midlife. All of those things quietly chip away at your gut health until your body can't bounce back like it used to. It's like a slow leak until one day your metabolism stalls, your energy tanks, and nothing that used to work works anymore. And most women never see it coming because the signs aren't always digestive system, right? This is why eating for your body chemistry and fixing your gut isn't just about digestion. It's the key to finally releasing the weight, calming the cravings, and feeling good again. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to Haley, and that's what's possible for you. So let's break down this visually, because this is the part almost no one is talking about, and yet it explains so much of what you're feeling. In order to lose 20, 30 pounds and keep it off, you need to know your body chemistry and figure out the exact protocol you need to hit that weight loss goal, so that you can stop doing all the things that don't work and just focus on the key elements that do. Let's start in the upper left. When you're eating the wrong food for your body chemistry, it drives inflammation, water retention, and your body doesn't release excess weight. Low grade, chronic low grade inflammation starts in the gut and spreads quietly. You may not feel sick, but your body reads this inflammation as a threat. Stress signals throughout your whole body, and when your body is under threat, it stores fat, especially around your belly, even if you're eating clean and exercising. When your gut bacteria become imbalanced, when the harmful strains start to overpower the beneficial ones, it creates a chain reaction. When your gut becomes dysregulated, when the harmful microbes start crowding out the helpful ones, it sends for powerful disruptive signals through your body. And each one contributes directly to fat storage, fatigue, and that sense of my body isn't just responding. And on the lower left, it disrupts your hormones and blood sugar. Your gut is deeply connected to estrogen, cortisol, and insulin. So when your gut is off, your metabolism does go crazy, goes haywire. You get mood swings, energy crashes, and weight gain around the midsection because your body is trying to conserve energy, not burn it. Let's go to the upper right. Poor nutrient absorption. Even if you're eating well, your body may not be absorbing the nutrients it needs to function properly. That means your cells are starved. And when they are starved, your metabolism slows down. You feel tired, foggy, and stuck. Your fat loss stalls completely. And finally, in the lower left, hijacked hunger and cravings. Your cravings for sugar and processed carbs aren't just about willpower. Gut dysbiosis actually changes your hunger signals. The wrong microbes starts demanding quick fuel, causing constant cravings, unstable blood sugar, and fat storage that feels impossible to undo. This is why the usual strategies, cutting calories, skipping carbs, working out harder, don't work. They don't address any of this. And this is the invisible fat lock so many women are stuck in. You're not broken. Your body isn't failing. It's actually doing exactly what it thinks it needs to do based on the signals it's getting from your gut. But once you start eating for your body chemistry and fix the gut, the entire system starts to recalibrate. That's when weight loss becomes possible, because we finally remove the roadblocks. Now that you understand why your body hasn't been responding, it's time to talk about the beliefs and assumptions that might be holding you back without you even realizing it. Because what I see over and over again is this: smart, health conscious women who are doing everything right, but stuck in outdated advice and beliefs that keep them riding the weight loss, weight gain roller coaster. So, if you've ever felt like your efforts weren't enough, or like you just don't have enough willpower, I want you to know it's not your fault. You've been operating under outdated, oversimplified advice that doesn't reflect how your body actually works, especially now. Let's look at a few of the most common myths I see women over 40 carrying and how these beliefs might be the very things keeping you stuck. So, myth number 1, my metabolism is just slow because of my age. This one hits home for so many of us because it's exactly what we're told. You're over 36 or 40. That's just how it is. But here's what I want you to hear. Your metabolism isn't broken. It's being blocked. What's blocking it? The inflammation, because you're eating the wrong food for your body chemistry, the inflammation in the gut and the hormonal chaos that follows. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's fighting to function through the chaos. And once you calm that chaos, your metabolism can start working for you again. Yes, even in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. You've just been taught to blame age instead of asking what's actually going on underneath. You haven't failed. You've just been giving the wrong explanation, and it's time for a better one. Myth number 2. I used to believe this too, that I have to restrict calories and eat tons of proteins to lose weight. And I counted harder, restricted more, and the scale wouldn't budge. But when you're not eating for your body chemistry, for example, eating less carbs and more protein than your body chemistry needs, your gut gets inflamed. It doesn't matter how perfectly you track. Your body isn't in weight loss mode, it's in survival mode. It's not absorbing nutrients, digesting food properly, or burning fuel efficiently. You're not broken. The generic diet formula is broken, and no app or calculator can fix that. You need to eat for your body chemistry, the unique body chemistry, to fix that. And that will heal the gut and reset the whole system. When the system is inflamed and dysregulated, your body doesn't trust that it's safe to let go of anything, not fat, not water, not even tension. And no amount of tracking or eating more protein can override a system stuck in survival mode. Actually, eating more protein that your body genetically requires can create more inflammation. And here is the example. When Serafina first came to me, she was exhausted and frustrated, and she started to lose hope because she was doing everything right. Again, I'm doing the air quotes. She was following a strict high protein diet, hitting the gym, and she was cutting back on carbs, and she felt worse and worse. She told me, I feel like I'm broken. The more disciplined I am, the worse I feel. And she was irritable. She had this awful heartburn that made eating feel like a chore. And she had those overwhelming carb cravings she couldn't control. And those, when she gave into them, she felt guilty and discouraged. So when we ran her DNA test, the truth came out. Her body wasn't broken. She was just following the wrong plan for her unique body chemistry. Her DNA revealed that she actually required much less protein than she was eating, and that forcing her body into a high protein diet was creating inflammation and throwing off her digestion and draining her energy. So when we shifted her plan to match her genetic blueprint with the exact ratio of protein, carbs, and fat that her body needed, and the foods that she liked to eat, everything began to change. Within weeks, her craving disappeared naturally. No willpower battles. Her heartburn and digestive pain eased. She lost weight without obsessing over food. Her energy returned and her mood became more stable, lighter, and calmer. And she told me that for the first time in years, I feel like myself again. So she realized that she wasn't failing. She had simply been trying to follow the wrong plan that didn't work for her body chemistry, that did more harm than good. And now she feels free, confident, and deeply connected to her body. And here is myth number 3. I need to eat like a rabbit to get results. Let's talk about this myth I hear all the time, especially from women who are trying to be good, in air quotes. Somewhere along the line, we got the message that if we want to lose weight, we need to live on salads, steamed broccoli, and some grilled chicken. Or worse, we think we need to eat like rabbit, just raw veggies all day long and somehow be okay with feeling deprived and unsatisfied. But here is what I want you to hear loud and clear. You are not meant to starve. You don't have to be a vegan, and you don't have to be miserable with every bite you eat. In fact, few people thrive on a vegan diet. Some of the most healing and satisfying meals include things like eggs, lentils, well-prepared whole grains, chicken, fish. Some people cannot be on a vegan diet genetically. And healing isn't about eating less, it's about eating macros, ratios, and nutrients your unique body requires. When your diet is not designed for your body chemistry, it throws your gut off. Your body isn't absorbing nutrients properly. So even if you're eating what looks like a clean diet, you may still be nutrient deficient and inflamed, and your body stays stuck in fat storage mode. But when you eat according to your body chemistry and heal the gut, everything changes. Suddenly you start digesting the food better. Your hunger and fullness cues become more accurate. You stop craving junk because your body is finally being nourished. And here's the amazing part. Many of my clients find that they're eating more food than ever, but finally losing weight. Why? Because we're giving their body the nutrients it actually needs to thrive. We're feeding the good gut bacteria. We're calming inflammation. We're focusing on foods that heal, not just ones that shrink calories. So if you've ever said, I guess I just need to eat less, please hear me when I say you need food, real food. Food that fuels your body chemistry, supports your gut, and brings you satisfaction and energy. It's not about perfection, it's about healing, and it's absolutely possible to love the way you eat, nourish your body well, and still get the results you want. And here is myth number 4. I just need to exercise more. This is a big one, especially for the high achieving women I work with. Many of us grew up with the idea that if we're not drenched in sweat or logging hours at the gym, we're not trying hard enough. And let me guess, you've tried that. You've pushed yourself, worked 5, 6, or maybe even 7 days a week. Well, I've done that, only to see your body stay the same or worse, feel more tired, more inflamed, more stuck. And here's the truth. You cannot out-exercise a stressed body and a dysregulated gut and the wrong exercises for your body chemistry. When your gut is inflamed and your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, adding more stress through intense workouts often makes things worse. Your body perceives that stress as a threat and responds by holding on to fat. It's not that movement is bad. It's just that movement needs to match your body chemistry and the season your body is in. For example, during gut healing, gentler movement like walking, stretching, or low impact strength training can be more supportive than hard hitting cardio. Plus, you can start exercising smarter, not harder, once you know which exercise is more suitable for your body chemistry. Healing doesn't mean no movement, but it means being strategic, not punishing. The goal isn't to burn more calories. The goal is to support your body in feeling safe enough to release the weight it's being protecting you with. Myth number 5. I won't enjoy what I'm eating, so I won't stick with this. If this is one of your fears, you're not alone. And honestly, it is valid because most of the diets you've tried in the past have asked us to give up joy. They've trained us to fear food, to see meals as math equations or punishment. But that's not how healing works. And it's definitely not how sustainable change happens. Let me tell you something personal. I'm a foodie. I love food. And if a plan doesn't let me enjoy my meals, I won't stick with it either. So, one of the most important things I teach is how to fall in love with food again. Real food that loves you back. That means designing meal plans based on your body chemistry and the foods that you enjoy, exploring new flavors and textures, learning how to season and prepare gut healing meals in satisfying ways, checking in with your body, not just your macros, feeling fully present and nourished while you eat. The truth is, your taste buds can change. Your cravings can change, and your relationship with food can heal, just like your gut. Most women are shocked to discover how much they enjoy eating wholesome food once they stop obsessing over restriction and start focusing on eating for their body chemistry and on nourishment and pleasure. So, if you're afraid this won't be sustainable, let me assure you, I design everything with real life and real satisfaction in mind, because if you don't enjoy it, it won't work. Let me introduce you to Marina. When she first came to me, she was exhausted, not just physically but mentally. She had tried everything and nothing worked. She truly believed she was just meant to be fat. Her words, not mine. And it broke my heart because I could see how much shame she was carrying, how much it hurt her, how many times she'd been let down by plans that demanded more restriction, more willpower, more punishment. Marina thought starving herself was the only way to lose weight. She believed the more she could cut back, the better her results would be. She also thought exercise was a non-negotiable, but she couldn't do much because of mobility challenges. That made her feel like she was really, really doomed. But we took a different approach. Instead of focusing on what to cut, we focused on her body chemistry and how to nourish her body. Through genetic testing, we discovered that her detox pathways were very slow. This means her body couldn't clear toxins efficiently, which kept her inflamed and stuck. The surprising part, many healthy supplements she was taking, such as curcumin, were actually making her detox even slower and worsening her inflammation. With her genetic blueprint in hand, we created a personalized plan based on foods she enjoyed and that were good for her body chemistry. We added raw cruciferous vegetables, peppermint tea, reduced caffeine to 1 cup per day, and added targeted support like cysteine and liposomal glutathione to speed up detox. We calmed the inflammation, healed her gut, and gave her body what it actually needed to feel safe again. And something amazing happened. Halfway through the program, Marina said something like that. I'm losing weight and it doesn't even feel like I'm trying. Her mindset has shifted. She wasn't punishing herself anymore. She was listening to her body, and her body finally responded with ease. This is the power of addressing the real root cause. This is what happens when you stop believing the myths and start following a method that actually works. Halfway through the program, Marina said something I'll never forget. I am losing weight and it doesn't even feel like I'm trying. Her mindset had shifted. She wasn't punishing herself anymore. She was listening to her body, and her body finally responded with ease. This is the power of addressing the real root cause. This is what happens when you stop believing the myths and start following a method that actually works. Marina's story is proof that healing is possible, no matter how long you've struggled. And you don't need more willpower, you need the right approach. So here she is, 40 pounds lighter. Look at that. Look at the face. Look how much she's glowing. Let's think of weight loss like baking. If you don't know the exact recipe, you can just keep throwing ingredients together, hoping it turns out right. You might try intermittent fasting, you might try high protein or vegetarian or carb cycling or high fats or heavy weights or cool plunging, add spermidine, resveratrol, metformin. What makes a difference? Genetic testing gives you the exact recipe for your body. You're not wasting time, money, and energy on things that will never work for you. Instead, you follow the exact blueprint to feel happy, look great, and live longer. Here is where everything truly changed for me. I had been following all the conventional advice, cutting calories, avoiding carbs, powering through workouts, even when I felt depleted. And yet nothing had changed. And I wasn't lazy, I wasn't undisciplined, but my body still wouldn't respond. That's when I stopped focusing on restriction and started focusing on my body chemistry and healing. And what I discovered were 5 key shifts, 5 things that finally helped my body release the weight and return to balance. Let me walk you through them. Shift number 1, this was about nailing my body chemistry, calming the internal inflammation, and correcting the gut imbalance that had silently taken hold. Through a focused meal plan based on my DNA and foods that I like to eat, and gut restoration protocol, I was finally able to bring my body out of stress mode, and that's when the results started to show up. Once I cleared the inflammation, I had to rebuild. That's shift number 2. I began flooding my gut with nutrients, fermented foods, fiber, and targeted support to feed the beneficial bacteria. Over time, this helped repair my microbiome and my digestion, my energy, my cravings, all improved. A well-nourished gut support for my metabolism, hormones, mood, immunity, laying the foundation for effortless, lasting weight loss. Shift number 3. Even with the right plan, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I needed someone to help me navigate the ups and downs, make adjustments as my body responded, and hold me accountable when things got hard. That support made all the difference. Shift number 4. I also needed a sense of connection, a space where I didn't feel so alone. Being in community with other women who understood what I was going through gave me hope. I didn't have to explain myself. I didn't feel judged. And that was incredibly healing. Healing is amplified in the community. Shift number 5. And finally, I had to shift what I believed about my body and what it needed. For years, I equated being healthy with suffering, less food, more control, endless discipline. But I had to unlearn that. I had to redefine nourishment and rewire the story I was telling myself. Break free from toxic diet culture. Transform my mindset around food, around my body, and what it truly means to feel healthy and nourished. Those 5 shifts became the foundation of everything I now teach, because once I made them, not only did I lose weight, I finally felt like myself again. And now I help other women do the same. This is what we've learned so far. Let's take a moment to review the 3 key ideas we've covered so far, because each one builds on the last. So, key strategy number 1, the real reason you haven't been able to lose the weight. You learn that the real issue isn't your willpower or discipline. It's that everything you've tried has been surface level. None of it addressed the root cause, your body chemistry and gut dysfunction. When you are eating the wrong food for your body chemistry, your gut is inflamed, imbalanced, or dysregulated. Your body shifts into fat storage mode, and no amount of tracking, skipping, or pushing will override that. But once you begin to eat for your body chemistry and restore your gut, that's when your body can finally let go. And the strategy number 2, letting go of old beliefs that weren't serving you. We also talked about why your efforts have felt so frustrating, because you've been handed a set of myths about hormones, about aging, about discipline, and how weight loss is supposed to work. But here's the truth. You're not stuck because you're broken. You're stuck because the advice you've been following was never designed for your midlife female body chemistry, and it created a dysregulated gut. And once you let go of those old beliefs, you stop fighting yourself and you finally start making progress. And strategy number 3, the discovery that changed everything for me. This is where it all clicked. I shared the exact method I used to nail my body chemistry, rebalance my gut, reduce inflammation, and bring my body out of survival mode. It's the same framework I use with my clients, one that doesn't involve starving, punishing workouts, or obsessively cutting carbs. Just a clear step-by-step system that helps your body feel safe again, so it can release the weight, restore your energy, and work the way it's supposed to. And once you experience that shift, everything changes. So, do you remember why you showed up today? Let's take a second and acknowledge something really important. You didn't land here by accident. You showed up today because part of you still believes that change is possible, even after everything you've tried, even after all the frustration and confusion. You showed up because you're tired of doing all the right things and still feeling like your body is working against you, because you know something isn't adding up and you're done blaming yourself for this, because you're smart enough to realize this isn't about willpower. It's about finally finding a real root cause solution. You're here because you want to feel good again, in your skin, in your clothes, in your energy and mood. And you want someone to help guide you. not with guilt or restriction, but with clarity, strategy, and compassion. That's what today has been about. And that's what I'm going to continue to support you with if you are ready for the next step. I would love to tell you about my client, Hannah, lawyer, 42 years old, 5 children, minus 30 pounds with Forever Young protocol. So she had lost a large amount of weight previously, but she gained some back. And according to her, weight has been a long time struggle. And she even worked with a dietitian for a long, long time. She did lots of things to lose weight again, but nothing was actually working. So when she came to the Forever Young protocol, she came with a great deal of knowledge about her own struggles, and there were things that she needed to focus on, like little things that needed an expert to see and to tweak them, because she already knew a lot about her body, but those tweaks made the change. When Hannah focused more on healing her gut, she started to feel so much better. But she really wasn't losing any weight. And we looked closely at what she had been eating and again made small and necessary tweaks. And the weight started coming off and staying off. First, she reported losing 7 pounds, then another 7, and altogether, she had lost over 30 pounds and she feels incredible. She has so much more energy and is more able to do the things that she wants to do. Hannah was so happy with the program that she referred her colleague. Now that you've seen what's possible, you've really got two choices. You can keep doing what you've been doing, restricting, guessing, stressing, and hope something eventually works. Or you can try something different, something that actually addresses the root cause and gives your body what it needs to finally let go of the weight. The second path, that's the one I took. That's the one my clients took, and it's the one I am inviting you to explore today. With choice 2, you can focus on resolving the reason you can't lose weight so that the pounds drop off. So if you choose choice 2, and I hope that you do, here is how I can help. Now I want to talk to the woman who is still here with me, because you're here for a reason. You're not someone who's given up, you're not lazy, you're not doing it wrong. You're just missing the piece that no one's ever shown you, how your gut is quietly disrupting your metabolism, keeping your body stuck in survival mode and blocking every attempt you've made to lose weight. That's why I created the Body Chemistry Breakthrough Call. It is a free one-on-one call where we'll walk through what's really happening inside your body and make sense of it. And we can uncover how inflamed or dysregulated your gut actually is, whether your metabolism is in fat burning mode or locked in fat storage, why nothing you've tried has worked, and what has to shift to get results, and most importantly, what your next best steps are. No more guessing, no more one size fits all fixes, no more wondering, is this just how it is now? This is your opportunity to get answers, a real strategy, and hope that's backed up by science, not hype. Okay, even if you don't end up working with me, you'll walk away from this call with clarity on why you've been stuck and what it will take to get your body working again. I've opened a handful of spots for these calls over the next few days, use the link I just dropped in the chat to book your free call now. If you're thinking maybe I should just wait a little longer, I want to gently challenge that, because the truth is, if what you've been doing hasn't worked, it's not going to magically start working next week. But with the right approach, things can shift quickly. I've seen it happen for my clients, and it started with this exact call. So take the step, book the call. Let's get you out of the invisible fat lock and back into a body you can trust. I want to address the elephant in the room. Why this body chemistry assessment is free. It's simple. It's free because this is my mission. Because I've been where you are, I know how it feels to be dismissed by doctors who blame your age, your DNA, your discipline, to be told to eat less and move more when you are already doing everything right. I know how disorienting it feels to wake up in a body you don't recognize, and how not know how to fix it. This call is free because every woman deserves to understand what's really happening inside your body. Whether we work together or not, you'll walk away with clarity, real insight into why your body isn't responding and what to do next. Now, for some of you, this call can be a turning point, because you'll realize that what you need is personalized support, guidance, and accountability. If that's the case, and if I think you're a good fit for the Forever Young protocol, we can talk about the next steps. But if not, that's absolutely, completely fine. You will still live with value, clarity, and relief, because someone finally connected the dots for you. There is one catch though. If you're looking for a quick fix, a magic pill, or something that ignores your deeper health, I'm not your person. But if you're ready to stop guessing and start healing, then this call is the next right step. Look, I know that this protocol works. I've shown you through this training my success, and there is a reason that I achieved that 30 pounds weight loss. And I want to be sure that the women I work with are committed to their goals. I want success so badly for my clients and for you, but I can't be the only one putting in the effort. I 100% believe and know that when you commit to goals using this protocol, then you will achieve success. So the first step is to schedule the body chemistry breakthrough call. I don't have a call center doing this, and you and I are going to jump on Zoom together, so I can do my absolute best to support you, okay? This call is for you if you'd like to determine whether or not your body chemistry and your gut dysfunction is the root issue in your inability to lose weight. If you're tired of trying things that don't work and you're done getting short-term results. If you are ready to actually have a solution to your weight loss struggles, and if you're ready to feel better than you have in years. So go ahead and book your body chemistry breakthrough call right now, because there is a very big difference between trying to figure this out on your own and working with an expert who has a track record of success. I want to take a couple of minutes to look at some of the frequently asked questions. I hear this all the time. I've done Whole30, I've counted macros, I've fasted, I've cut carbs, I've walked 10,000 steps. Nothing works. And I believe you because I did all of that too. And like you, I was still stuck. This is different because it finally addresses the why your body is unresponsive, why your metabolism feels like it's shut down. It's not about willpower. It's not about pushing harder. It's about shifting your body out of survival mode by healing the inflammation, hormone disruption, and nervous system dysregulation that's being driven by your gut by eating the wrong food for your body chemistry. If what you've tried hasn't worked, it's not because you fail. It's because you were missing the one thing no one told you to look at, your body chemistry and your gut. Once we fix that root cause, everything changes. I don't like to cook. Will this work for me? This isn't a food blog fantasy where you spend Sundays chopping vegetables and Tuesdays trying to figure out what to do with quinoa. You don't need to be a gourmet chef or even like cooking. You just need a simple strategy that takes the guesswork out of what you eat and why it matters. Most of the meals I share are fast, familiar, and repeatable. No exotic ingredients, no five-step sauces. If you can throw together a smoothie, scramble some eggs, or toss greens with protein and a dressing, you are more than equipped. This is about nourishment, not perfection. It's about eating in a way that supports your body chemistry, gut, and metabolism without taking over your whole life. The next question is, I'm perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal. Would this work for me? This is one of the most common questions I get, and I love answering it because the truth is your body isn't broken. It's just different than it used to be. And the all strategies that used to work, they don't fit anymore because your gut, hormones, and your metabolism have shifted. That's why this method is designed specifically for women over 35. It works with your body as it is now because we focus on eating for your body chemistry because it's the most important thing for women over 35. We focus on healing gut dysfunction, calming inflammation, and supporting your nervous system so your metabolism can finally shift out of fat storage mode. It's not about pushing harder, it's about working smarter. And it's one of the few systems that actually honors the unique needs of women over 35 and beyond. Next question is, money is tight right now. Should I even bother? And I totally understand this one, especially if you've already spent money on programs or products that didn't work. But this call isn't about buying anything. It's about getting clear. You'll walk away knowing whether your body chemistry and gut dysregulation is what's actually keeping your body stuck, and what steps need to happen before your metabolism can respond again. Yes, the Forever Young protocol is an investment, but it's not a diet, a detox, or another short-term fix. It's a root cause roadmap designed to shift your body out of survival mode for good. And on the call, we'll talk through your specific situation. And if it makes sense to work together, we'll explore it. If not, you'll still leave with answers, direction, and a whole lot more hope than when you came in. This isn't pressure, it is an opportunity to finally understand what your body has been trying to tell you all along. The next question is, everyone tells me I look fine. Maybe I should just accept it. This one hits home for so many of the women I work with. Your partners say, you look great. Your friends say, I don't see the problem. And maybe that should feel good, but instead it feels invalidating. Because deep down, you know this isn't about appearance, it's about your energy, your vitality, confidence, comfort in your skin. This is about zipping up your jeans without holding your breath. It's about waking up with energy again. It's about recognizing yourself in the mirror, not just visually, but emotionally. You don't have to accept discomfort as your new normal, air quotes, and you're allowed to want more for yourself without guilt. You deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and confident. And if that quiet ache for more is still there, that's the reason enough to book the call. And the next question I get asked a lot is, I am so busy. Do I even have time for this? And I get it. You've got a job, a household, maybe kids or aging parents. Your time feels maxed out before the day even starts. But if your body isn't functioning well, everything else gets harder. This approach isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about finally understanding what your body needs so you can stop wasting time on things that don't work. No more random diets, complicated protocols, or hour-long workouts. The Forever Young protocol is built for women with real lives who don't have time to obsess but still want to feel better. You are not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be strategic. And I'll help you create a rhythm that fits into your life, not the other way around. So yes, you have time for this, especially because it saves you so much time and energy down the road. We made it to the end. Thank you so much for being here today. I know your time is valuable, and I truly hope this gave you a new lens for understanding your body. My mission is to help women like you finally get out of the invisible fat lock, because I know how painful it is to do everything right and feel like nothing is working. So here is what's next. If you booked this call, amazing. I can't wait to talk with you. This call is 100% about my service to you, to help you understand what's going on in your body, to give you clarity on how to move forward, and if it makes sense for both of us to explore what it might look like to work together. Either way, you leave this call with so much insight. You deserve to feel confident, energized, and at home in your body again. And I believe that for you. And I hope this was the first step in making that your new reality. So, if you didn't book the call yet, please book the call, and I can't wait to speak to you. And bye for now.